Hello, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Laura, and we're Married with Board Games. In space, no one can hear you scream. See, we must be in space because I cannot hear you screaming.
But you can hear me talk, and that's a good thing, because we're here to talk about the Ultimate Edition of Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space.
If you've ever wanted to experience the tension and uncertain terror showcased in movies like Ridley Scott's Alien franchise, then you're going to want to listen up. Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space, now published in its Ultimate Edition by Osprey Games, started out as a print and play game, which is where we first encountered it.
Hey, that's a pun.
We had so much fun playing it that we really wanted to get this version.
Well, a basic overview of the game goes like this. A crew is stranded on a damaged research ship in deep space, and an alien plague has transformed some of the crewmen. And the human players have to try to make their way to escape pods in various zones aboard the ship, while the alien players have to try to intercept them, eat them, before they can escape. But there's a twist.
The twist is, in Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space, there is no central board everyone plays on. Each player has their own map of the zones on the ship, and a player records their movement on their own map sheets in order to keep positions hidden. Also, the identities assigned at the beginning of the game, alien or human, are kept secret, which makes for fun "can I really trust you" moments.
Always. You could always trust me. Let's take a look at those maps. Now, the Ultimate Edition contains 8 maps of various sizes, all in a laminated flip book like this one. We'll open it up and take a look at one of the zones in the spaceship. Humans will start in one space called a sector right here, and then aliens will start in this one. There are escape pods on the map, and in this particular one there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the humans are trying to make their way towards those escape pods. On a player's turn, they move to a space, like I said, called a sector, and then they are going to draw a card unless it's a white space. Now, those cards will actually tell the player what they have to do. If it's a red card, the player has to announce what sector they are in. The sectors do have coordinates like A3. If it is a green card, the player has to announce any sector so they can try to throw off their opponents. If it's a white card, that means a silence in all sector card, so that the humans don't have, or the aliens don't have to announce where they are. And then there's an item card that can give a player special abilities. In most cases, aliens can't use those, but there are special circumstances where an alien can use an item. Now, the crazy thing is, humans can only move one space at a time. Here, 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 here. But just because we're going to be scary, aliens can move 2 spaces at a time, so they can easily catch up with a human. Aliens can also attack a player. So if they think that they're on a space with another human, they can say, "I attack in sector O3." And if there's a human player or an alien player in that spot, they're going to actually kill that player. If it's a human, great. If it's an alien, well, that's too bad. Play continues until either the aliens have eaten all the human players or all remaining humans have escaped via the escape pod. When a player gets to an escape pod, they have to draw one of these escape pod cards. And if it's green, the escape pod works, but if it's red, the escape pod is broken, and they have to change their course and try to make it to another escape pod. New to this edition are roll cards. There are 8 human rolls and 8 alien rolls, and it's kind of like in Pandemic or Flashpoint Fire Rescue, where it's a special ability depending on the roll. In most cases, each special ability, though, can only be played once, so you got to use those very sparingly. The great thing about these flip books, as I want to point out, is all of the icons are at the top, and so if you get an icon you don't know what it means, it tells you right here on the top. Okay, so let's get to our thoughts on the game. My thought is that it's a blast. I don't know how much there is more to say than it's super fun. It really replicates that that tension, the scariness of running through a dark ship and being chased by aliens and running for your life.
I was thinking back to when I was on a high school band trip that we went to Disney World, and that was back when Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter was still open before they turned it into like Stitch or whatever. That is exactly what this brings to mind of you're stuck in this place and there is an alien somewhere in the dark that you have to try to avoid.
And we've played games where you could almost feel the alien breathing on your neck because they're literally one space behind you.
Yes.
And we had one game where I was literally one space away from the escape pod and the alien got me right before I escaped. It was very, very tense, but fun. It was a lot of fun. We've played a couple different player counts. We've played 2-player, and we've played 4-player, and we've played 5-player. We definitely recommend at least 4 players. In the 2 games that we played with 2-player, it went real quick.
Yes.
Some of the drawbacks are, of course, initially you already know who's who because you're only giving out 2 roles, right?
Right, and whereas when you're playing with a larger group, you have no idea who the other aliens are or who the other humans are. So then you're left guessing, which way do I go? Who do I try to chase? Because if you end up chasing an alien and killing an alien, and you're an alien,
That's bad stuff.
yeah, you just kind of ruined the game.
And if you have an odd number of players, you're going to always have more aliens than humans. So even in a 3-player game, if you draw a card as a human, you're going to automatically know who the other 2 aliens are. So that takes away a lot of the element of deduction of who is who in the game. So we definitely wouldn't really recommend it for 2 players. Another thing I'd like to talk about, this might sound silly, is the box. I love the box. It opens up like a book. I mean, that's cool. You don't see that very often, but it's just something I really like.
And it's got some pretty cool artwork.
Right, the artwork is very stellar. It's very great for this
Stellar.
theme. Stellar, like stars. And really the only other negative, I wouldn't really say it's a negative. I noticed on the cards, they leave grease spots on them real easily.
Like fingerprints?
Yeah, like fingerprints.
Okay, yeah.
And even if you haven't really eaten anything greasy, so they leave fingerprints on them real easily. So maybe you want to get some card protectors or something for that.
They're just really glossy, very glossy cards, which, I mean, makes for a great look, but that is a drawback.
But I would say in this edition, the best thing about this edition are these map books. They're fantastic because in the print and play, of course, you're printing out a map every time since you have to write down your movements. In the edition before this one, you were given pre-printed pads of paper, and if you run out of those, well then you either have to go print off more. But this, because you can write down your movements and then erase at the end of the game, makes it really great to have the game last for a while. So this game is going to be around a while. Overall, I mean, I think it really captures that theme. It's a ton of fun, and we really enjoy it, right?
Right.
Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space, the Ultimate Edition, provides a great opportunity to explore a truly horrifying scenario, but also have a blast at the same time.
If you enjoy games with hidden identities or hidden movement that require deductive reasoning, this is a must-have for your collection. Just know it doesn't quite hold up for a smaller player count.
Yeah, and we're certainly going to hold on to this one, and we're sure it will become regular at game night. The only thing that would make it a little bit better, a spooky soundtrack.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MarriedWithBG and visit us on the web at marriedwithbg.com. We're gonna box this one up for now and catch you next time.
Unless you're an alien, stay away.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.